Hi, I'm Katie Kempner, and welcome to Perspectives here at Advertising Week. Perspectives is a series of inspiring conversations with remarkable working women who are leading busy and successful lives. And it is my absolute pleasure to be talking to my good friend, Gina Grillo, who is the CEO of the Ad Club. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Katie.
Thank you for stopping by. No.
My pleasure. I was in the neighborhood.
Surprisingly so. No. So, for anybody, and I doubt anyone here who doesn't know, what's the Ad Club?
So, the Advertising Club is a 121-year-old organization that probably started, was one of the first to really assemble people in our business together. And it really started out with the legends of our industry, Bill Paley, J.C. Penney, all the BBDOs, everybody was all in the house. And it was, of course, a men's-only club, but they would gather once a month to talk about the business that sustained them. Mm-hmm. And right now, the modern-day version of that is an all-female-run organization. Not by, just happened that way. It's very organic. But really focusing on access to people and content, a very strong center around creativity and bravery and the collaboration between marketers and creative folks. And we have professional development practice, so whether you are wanted to hone your skills or share your expertise, there's workshops and opportunities to do that. And then lastly, we have a foundation that's all about the talent pipeline. Mm-hmm. How do we get great people in this industry? How do we keep them here? And really with an emphasis, because we're in New York, but just making it diverse. How is our business more inclusive of all types, gender equality, all the things that are important, people with disabilities, every single aspect. And we're very focused on making sure that the community is embracing everyone.
Of one of the things that you just said, I read an article in, I think it was in Adweek, about an A&A study about students not wanting to go into advertising anymore.
Is that right?
Is that like so?
I think advertising is like one of those careers that really resonates with young people because it's so closely aligned to culture. Mm-hmm. And I think it's sexy. I think one of the things that as a community we're noticing is that we're having a hard time retaining the talent because the environments are, maybe not as what they expected, and I think oftentimes, especially on the diversity issue, there's not senior level people that look like everybody coming in to the organization. And it's very hard to see yourself at a place for a period of time if you don't see people, in the higher levels that look like you and feel like you and have the same thing. And I also think that young people today are very focused on who they are and what they bring to the table. Yeah. And it's about balance, and it's about a lot more than when I came in, it's just all about work ethic and make sure you keep your head down and do the right job and come early and stay late and all those things that I think the kids graduating today just don't have the same goals in mind,
Is that a good or a bad thing? Because I wondered that myself too. On the one hand, I find that it seems in a lot of cases, younger people, they don't necessarily, well, on the good side, they don't want to be in a place that they don't like. If it's a job that they don't find fulfilling, they don't want to stay there. But on the other hand, it feels like they think they deserve something before they've worked really hard, where we really put in the hours and the time, and although it's not always about how long you're working,
that's right.
We worked very, very hard before expecting things. And you hear that around, like that's the...
Yeah, no, I hear that a lot too. I think that there is some impatience, and I think because they live in a digital world where everything happens in a nanosecond, that they're expecting their trajectory to be fast and furious. But I think, honestly, advice for young people is just not to jump ship so fast. To give things time. And I don't say you'd have to be there forever, but it's really important to make sure that you give things the right amount of time to come together and gel. I do think that they're a lot more impatient than we ever were. I think
Yeah.
we were just really hell-bent on the work ethic, doing a good job, being responsible, those type of things. And I think now there's the responsibility, not saying that this generation is not responsible, I just think they're concerned and curious about other things.
Yeah. So really, you need to find something that you like doing, but then put in the time and do it.
I think putting in the time is critical.
So you mentioned balance, which you know I love to talk about, and I would love to hear balance.
What's balance?
I love to hear about it from you because you have 3 kids.
I do.
And you are the CEO of this big organization. How do you do it?
Well, I think the first thing is in my work family, I have great support, and in my home family, I have great support. And so I think that that's the first element of it. I am a multitasker to the umpteenth degree, so I'm just capable of doing like 6 things at once. If you come into if you come into my home life, it looks like we're filming a reality TV show, which we are not, but that's what it looks like. And some days are super calm, and then other days the wheels come off the bus, and we just try to put the wheels back on. I'm not very good. Like, I wish I could sit here and say I take time for myself, but right now I don't do that. And I think as I'm listening to the seminars this week, so many women are pointing that out.
You need
and I'm
to,
like,
Gina.
note to self, because you know what? I think that my job at the Ad Club is really entrepreneurial. We're a very small but mighty team. We're covering a lot of ground. So I feel very connected to that. I've been there for a long time, and so watching it grow and making sure that we're getting to the next place. Obviously, family is like the most important thing in life, and so to be very connected to the kids and what they're doing and who they're hanging out with and what decisions they're making, or and as they're discovering, it's really important. The one thing I think that is critical is just being present. I think that just when you're with your kids, you need to be with your kids.
Yeah.
And if you see that something is going off course, don't wait till tomorrow. Get it back on course right away. Have those conversations. Make sure that they know that you are with them, even though you may be in another city or coming home late or whatever. They have to know that you're there for them 100%. Being present is like one of the most important things, I think, for any relationship.
I couldn't agree with you more, and it's difficult, but it's really important, and I definitely made a conscious decision. I wasn't always very good at that. To do that more, especially my daughter had a challenging time a few years ago, and I realized I really need to pay better attention to what's going on right now. And it didn't always mean doing it by being home, because I always traveled a lot.
That's right.
But being very involved. And I think that's okay. You don't have to be there to be present.
No, you don't.
That's
you
a good
have
point.
to just make sure that they feel it.
Yeah.
That they feel your presence.
Yeah.
And, that's, to me, the most important thing. I just want them to know, because wherever they go, far and wide, I want them to know that they're taking me with them, wherever, because I hope that my voice of reason and my conscience and the guilt is right there present. So I hope that, that's what I try to do. Did I always know how? No, but you learn. And I have 3 children right now, all in puberty, so the hormones are raging, and I'm just trying to keep everyone in check. I'm like, please.
You look awfully relaxed, considering.
Nah, I take it really well.
So, to build on the advice portion of this, if there's one piece of advice that has really helped you through your career and your life, what would it be?
I think one thing is just not trying to separate work and family. I think it's your life. It's one life. And I think you just have to live it the way that you know how. You have to trust your gut. I think one of the most important things is just, you know what you know, and you have to trust what you know.
Yeah. That's a good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Great to see you.
And thank you.